Yeah, we were out-coached, out-played, out-hustled, out-hit. They're better than us, and it's a long trip, and it's well worth it. It was a terrific experience for our kids. I thought it was one of the most professional settings we've ever had the opportunity to play in. I've coached in big conferences and big stadiums. I thought this was as well run as any place I've ever been, and we want to thank them for the opportunity they gave us to come down and play football here. I thought they were terrific, and I'm sorry we didn't hold up our end of the bargain.
Was that 24-0 start hole that you got into, is that about the worst case scenario for you guys?
No, we were hoping to get way behind. I figured if they kept running up and down the field, they'd get tired, and it would give us a chance to come back later. You know, you can't play to a good team like that. And we've been fortunate to come back in a couple of games, but that was more other people giving us opportunities than us being able to create them. And they're way too good to give them that many opportunities and to be that sloppy and loose with the ball. So, we weren't very well coached tonight, and we're lucky we have an open date in 2 of the next 3 weeks, so we'll work hard to try and get better.
You're really complimentary of Woodrum and leading up to this game. And what did you think about him tonight?
He's better than I even expected. I've coached some really good players. Antoine Randall, Seneca Wallace I was on the staff with, Alton Grizzard at Navy I thought was a great competitor and a great player. And I've been very fortunate to be around really good players. I think he's a terrific football player. I think there's nothing he doesn't do well. He has the right body, the right approach, the right attributes. He's well coached. He takes coaching, obviously. I think he's terrific.
When you see a 6'3" guy like that, does it surprise you when he runs on the option the way he does, just kind of with his athleticism?
Oh, I don't know, surprise is the right word. I think you watch it and you're appreciative. You know, a couple of years ago I had an opportunity to take a group of sophomores at our school to Rome, to Italy. And I don't think you're surprised by the beauty and the art and the sculptures, but I think you're appreciative of them when you see them. I think greatness jumps out at you at times. And we don't have great football players, and they do. He's a terrific football player. And you're not surprised. I think you want to, at some point, sit back and say, wow, that's what they're supposed to be. He is. And I don't know if that analogy is any good or not, but it's the best I can come up with.
I'm great.
Limited. Well, he's not, Da Vinci, but
right.
No, I coached at Iowa State against Coach Gale, and I was at Indiana for 5 or 6 years, and I was at the Naval Academy. So I've seen a lot of good football over the course of time. But at the 1AA level, he's the best football player I've seen.
What was kind of your message to your team at halftime when you were able to get back into the game using the short fields?
Well, I don't think football is as complicated as we want to make it. I think there's so many people that like it and want to follow it and have an allegiance that we overthink it a little bit. And I think that if we could block a little better, tackle a little better, and play a little harder, and be behind our pads a little bit more, I thought we'd have a chance to get back in the game. We really needed to make a stop on the first series of the second half. And that, you can't give up 500 yards and let them run the ball. Obviously, when you got to put extra people in there, then your corners are in a tough spot because they're a little bigger than us and a little faster than us. And, so, we were overmatched. And I don't say that easily or lightly, and I don't say in a condescending way. They've done a terrific job, and I give them all credit in the world. And our job is to catch up. When we went Division I, Tristan, how many years ago was that? Do you know? 5 or 6 years ago. I made a statement that I stand by, and that was when we were Division II, we were as good as anybody. And but when we went to Division I said the thing we're going to do is we're going to play people that are better than us each and every year. I don't think you learn good lessons from losing. I'm not real big on this losing thing. It's never been a real goal of mine to lose. But as you go through a transition, you have to measure yourself against something. And so when we started, we played Hofstra when they were very good. We played Maine 3 or 4 times, and I thought Maine was terrific last year. They were 3rd in the country at one point. We played really good teams. And the reason we took a step up to this level, again, is because we think we're getting better. And we think we've closed the gap on some teams that we played. But if you don't go play the best programs, the ones that are managed the best from the top down, and you don't see what everybody else has, then I don't know how you measure yourself. And I grew up doing some boxing, and you don't measure yourself against tomato cans, as the old saying. You got to go fight Ali, and that's how you find out where you are. Tonight we lost. But it's a great learning experience. We're a young program, and we have good young players, I think, and they'll learn that you can't go through the motions, and they'll learn what really good teams play like. And our administration will learn more of the things that we need, and our administration is terrific, don't get me wrong, but you know, I thought today's game was run, officiated, managed, as well as you can do a football game.
Thank you, Coach.
Can I get a bottle
Appreciate
of
it.
water?